he stopped him. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my latest edition through Star Trek, the original series. Bit of a hiccup the last 2 weeks. The usual platform that I watch it on has been down, so I've been unable to have access to the episodes to watch. But back up and running now, thankfully, and the episode is The City on the Edge of Forever, I believe it's called. It's episode 28, the penultimate episode of season 1, just one more to go after this. I've heard some really good things about this episode, so just excited to get into it. But guys, there will be a full uncut reaction to this episode as well. That'll be on my Patreon page. If you want to support the channel further, become a patron. Whatever tier you want to do, it would be fantastic. It's great to get support. Just helps me to keep going with the channel. You know, it does take a lot to get these videos together, so any support you can give would be brilliant. But with that, we will watch season 1, episode 28, The City on the Edge of Forever.
And a few more orbits, Captain.
Oh,
Sick bay, to bridge.
This is of great scientific importance, Captain. We're actually passing through ripples in time.
that's a fair point, but if set to the expense of you know, control panels blown up in people's faces, then I think, you know, put their health and safety first.
Better risk a few drops of cordrazine. It's tricky stuff.
What the hell is cordrazine?
You sure you want to risk?
Oh! Proper jammed into him.
The hypo, Captain.
Intercept for cordrazine.
Empty.
Communications, emergency medical team.
I won't let you. You won't get me. All right.
What the hell happened to him? Like, I get there was an overload, but why did it, like... It was almost like he was a different person. What else I've noticed too is that it seems that he's got, like, super strength.
Dr. McCoy has beamed himself down to the planet.
And the transporter at that time, Captain, was focused on the center of the time disturbance.
Set up a landing party. Let's go get him.
Kirk out.
Again, do you risk members of your crew for one person? It's like what Picard said in Best of Both Worlds when he to Riker, you know, foolish strategy number 1, to risk entire crew to save one man. Picard would never approve.
What is this thing, Mr. Spock? It seems to be pulsating with power of some kind.
Object is the source of all the time displacement.
Explain.
I can't.
But was it man-made, or is it just, like, naturally developed?
Since before your sun burned hot in space, and before your race was born, I have awaited a question. I am both, and neither. I am my own beginning, my own ending. Science knowledge is obviously primitive.
Really?
Annoyed, Spock?
Behold,
He just couldn't resist Kirk, despite the situation. It's kind of like just like a frame into like things that were or took place.
Could we somehow take Bones back a day in time, then...
Relive the accident. And be certain that the hypo accident is avoided.
That's an interesting theory.
To step through on precisely the day we wish.
That's a good point
Guardian.
as well.
Strangely compelling, isn't it?
It is. It would be like if you saw that, like
To step
compelling,
through there
but also terrifying.
and look...
Bones, no.
Captain, I've lost contact with the ship. I was talking to them. Suddenly it went dead. No static, just nothing.
Maybe they'll have to go through it as well.
all that you knew is gone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest, that maybe because McCoy jumped through, it altered
McCoy
the timeline.
has somehow changed history.
Yeah.
You know,
No past, no future.
So they're
Captain,
not part of the crew. Maybe the crew is different
I'm
now.
frightened.
The idea of time and timelines, Star Trek always does it really good. So I'm actually quite excited about this.
no star date. For us, time.
No stardate.
Spock and I will go back into time ourselves and attempt to set right whatever it was that McCoy changed. If we are successful,
Then you will be returned It will be as though none of you had gone.
But it's one thing under like changing the timeline, but like going into a different era potentially, you know? Okay, Madison Square Garden, okay, we're in New York. And okay, it's for my time it's relatively modern, you know? Yeah, maybe get a hat Spock or something. Maybe.
I'm afraid I'm going to be difficult to explain in any case, Captain.
Well, Mr. Spock,
Yeah, the uniforms aren't gonna help
stand
either.
as you-
Especially back then, like someone that looks different would be very judgmental to Spock.
Theft, Captain?
Oh, how careless of your wife to let you go out that way.
Plus, it's quite untidy here. Let me help you.
Ah, nice. Wait, is not even have to grip him? It's just the tap of the finger? It's not gonna get them on people's side here in this time. Oh, nice shirts. Very nice shirts.
We have about a week before McCoy arrives. If only I could tie this tricorder in with the ship's computers for just a few moments.
Couldn't you build some form of computer aid here?
Ink-plated, vacuum-tubed culture.
It's a bit much to be asking him, Kirk.
It's cold outside.
A lie is a very poor way to say
Doesn't
hello.
look cold.
It isn't that cold.
Yeah.
These clothes. We stole them. We didn't have any money.
Well, at least he's being honest with her. That might get him something.
I could do with some help around here. 15 cents an hour for 10 hours a day.
Mine's Jim Kirk. His is...
Paul Spock. Clothes. So it's such a different experience and visual.
Man is going to be able to harness incredible energies. Energies that could ultimately hurl us to other worlds in some sort of spaceship.
I think they're gonna like her after this.
Speculation. Gifted insight.
But it will come.
I find her most uncommon, Mr.
You are uncommon workman. That basement looks like it's been scrubbed and polished.
Then we can report back for other work.
Yes, 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you have a flop for the night?
Flop?
You really are new at this, aren't you? A flop is a place to sleep. If you want to, I'll take you there.
Thank you.
I think he's smitten. As is she.
We have a flop.
You and Edith or you and Spock?
And I've spent the other 9/10 of our combined salaries for the last 3 days on filling this order for you. The bag does not contain platinum, silver, or gold, nor is it likely to in the near future.
They're asking me to work with equipment which is hardly very far ahead of stone knives and bearskins.
McCoy will be along in a few days. These currents in time will bring us together.
How accurate is it?
It has to work.
Captain.
That you jumped into.
If you can leave right away, I can get you 5 hours' work at 22 cents an hour. What on earth is that?
Endeavoring man to construct a mnemonic memory circuit using stone knives and bearskins. Captain. Tools for finely detailed work.
That toolbox was locked with a combination lock.
I needed the fine tools for my radio work. They'd have been returned in the morning.
If Mr. Spock says that he needs the tools and that they'd be returned tomorrow morning, you can bet your reputation on that.
Walk me home?
I don't think you have to ask Kirk twice on that.
Place you two are around here.
Interesting. Where would you estimate we belong, Miss Keeler?
What century?
You? At his side, as if you've always been there and always will. You belong in another place. How?
She has a wisdom anyway, doesn't she? She reads him well. Hmm. Is this good that he's getting this close to her, though? Back to their old timeline?
We served together.
And you, don't want to talk about it?
Oh. Oh, shit. Gonna have to tell Kirk that now. But wait, did we get a date when she does die?
I may have found our focal point in time.
I think you may also find you have a connection burning. So. The President and Edith Keeler. Within 6 years from now, she'll become very important.
Edith Keeler will die this year. I saw her obituary.
Edith Keeler is the focal point in time we've been looking for. A point in time that both we and Dr. McCoy have been drawn to.
And depending on whether she lives or dies, all of history will be changed.
This...
Or perhaps he prevents her from being killed.
Yeah.
We don't know which.
Wait, no, this is interesting because it's like...
Get this thing fixed.
Did she originally die in the original timeline? If that's the case, then don't they have to let her die?
To set things straight again.
Edith Keeler must die.
Yeah. Oh. And for them to get back to the Enterprise, oh god, this is... Yeah, this is great stuff. Bones gonna arrive? I feel like we were... Okay, here he is.
I won't kill you! It's Day who do the killing! Don't run! I won't kill you!
Right down to the cement beams. Oh, I'd give a lot to see the hospital. Probably.
You better sit down. Come on.
I can't. I gotta keep moving. I can't let them find me.
Oh, look, they won't find you there. Come on.
Oh, jeez, Spock just missed him. Fucking hell. Who knows how long now? He'll be there before they actually realize he's there.
History went after McCoy changed it.
Oh, okay.
Here, in the late 1930s, while peace negotiations dragged on, Germany had time to complete its heavy water experiments.
Ah.
Won the Second World War.
Because all this lets them develop the A-bomb first.
Shit.
He was right. Peace was the way.
She was right, but at the wrong time.
Hmm.
With all this because McCoy came back and somehow kept her from dying in a street accident.
Like, maybe Kirk wants to stay in this
How did
timeline
she
now.
die? I'm in love with Edith Keeler.
Jim, Edith Keeler must die.
This is gripping stuff. I just love this kind of stuff. This is like Star Trek at its best.
Where am I?
Is he
I
back
don't think I'll ask.
to himself?
Why not?
I'm far off.
I am unconscious or demented.
Get some rest. I hope it means what...
Oh! Is that where she might have died before? But he said it was a street accident, didn't he?
She might have died right there had you not caught her.
Hmm.
It's not yet time. McCoy isn't here.
But Spock, he did
Save
say
her.
it was a street accident.
Do as your heart tells you to do. And millions will die.
Jeez. I mean, I know Spock is... He's right in what he's saying, but that's just brutal for Kirk to have to take, because he's thinking with his heart right now.
McCoy said the same thing.
McCoy! Leonard McCoy?
Yes.
Spock! Stay right there.
Oh! Fuck, he stopped him. He knows what he did.
Deliberately stop me, Jim. I could have saved her.
He knows, Doctor. He knows.
I actually really didn't think they would do it. I thought they were going to find another way that she'd survive, but they... Holy fuck.
What happened, sir? You only left a moment ago.
Where's Bones? Oh, there he is.
Be your gateway.
Captain, the Enterprise is up there. They're asking if we want to beam up.
That lingering tells me
Get the hell out of here.
he's almost thinking like, when they do this, it's official. He is gone. Eat it. I'm glad they ended on that. It's a powerful ending to a really, really great episode. Okay, that was The City on the Edge of Forever, and I thought this was a fantastic episode. One of the best episodes in the season, arguably the best episode of the season so far. I always love storylines with timelines and alternate timelines. I just time as a subject matter I find so fascinating. Probably mentioned before, but my thesis when I was in college, it was a strong part of the thesis was on the concept of time and how people view time, how they measure it, how they perceive it. I think it's such a fascinating subject matter, and I thought it was done excellently in this, and usually is on Star Trek. Next Generation did some fantastic episodes working with the timeline and how it kind of can shift and going into different timelines and the different effects it can have, whether positive or negative. I thought it was brilliant the way Kirk essentially, there was no right for him. There was no right decision, either allowing Edith to die and they can go back to their timeline and the Enterprise is back and they have their lives back, or letting her live and eradicating everything else that they had found in their lives, the original timeline. So, because he said that he professed his love for her, so that was like an extremely difficult thing for him to do. And even as you saw when he told Spock that he loved her, and at the end when Uhura says, "Sir, the Enterprise is standing by," he pauses for a moment before he, tells get the hell out of here and they energize up. It tells me that part of him wanted that life. A big part of him wanted that life, and he was willing to not let it happen. I think if Spock wasn't there to kind of maybe, I guess, talk some sense and let him see it from the other side, I don't know if he would have gone through with it. I really don't. And I thought that was fantastic. And again, I thought first it was going to be a Bones-centric episode, but it was really Kirk and then Spock as well. Kirk and Spock again showing that they are the heart of the show. Two great characters. And yeah, just the way they dealt with that whole thing was brilliant. I liked Edith as a character and obviously didn't want her to die, but I was glad that they made it where it was, oh yeah, by Bones changing the timeline, she survives. Like in the original timeline, she dies, and that's what they need to get back to their timeline. I was delighted they went with that. Did not think she would die. Thought they would find another way around it, but they didn't. I actually thought it made this episode stronger, and that ending, I was so glad as well, because often they have a little like bit of banter between Kirk, Spock, and Bones, a little bit of humor. I was glad for that episode they didn't do that. Just left it on him saying, "Let's get the hell out of here." They beam up, and then it ends. That's a perfect way to end the episode. Very powerful. It was also interesting as well to kind of see them in 20th century, regular clothes. That was kind of a treat to see that as well. It was something you rarely see on Star Trek, so that was a nice little kind of added bonus to the episode. But yeah, on the whole though, the whole thing with the timeline and how it dealt with Kirk and Edith and what decision is right in this, I thought was done excellently. I thought this was a brilliant episode. Really, really enjoyed it. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are on The City on the Edge of Forever. Where would this rank among your favourite episodes? As I said, I think this is possibly the best episode I've seen in the show so far. Season 1, for the most part, has been brilliant. One more episode to go before I finish off the opening season. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts. But until next time, slán go fóill.